Hey homies, welcome back. Today we're going to create a birthday card for a friend in Ohio. I've got this older stencil from the Crafters Workshop. As you can see, it's well loved. We're going to use this adorable Rubbernecker Stamps birthday cake stamp set and some Simon Hurley and archival ink. So let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card base, put a little loop of tape behind it to hold it still. And I'm just going to put some printer paper behind it. Put a little more mint tape down this side so I don't get any ink on the back. I'm going to put this stencil on. And we're going to stencil the numbers on this card. First, I'm going to use a little guppy. And we'll use a little shooting star. I love this shade. A little clear skies. And then lastly, we'll go in with Remember Me. This one's darker. That's all I want on there. I'll peel all this off. Keep this big piece for later. It's definitely reusable. And there's our base card. Now for our panel, this is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. And we're gonna stamp our birthday cake right on here. Now this is the cutest set. And it's super simple. Stamp your outline. This one, yeah, that one's not big enough. I didn't think it was. Oh, there goes Sam. Grumble, grumble. So there you just stamp your outline, and then you've got your frosting layers. And these are actually meant to be a little wonky, so don't get too caught up on lining them up perfectly straight, because they're really not meant to be. So let's flip that over. So this is the bottom, and you can see it actually goes out over a little bit, but it's meant to do that, I promise. Remember Me on the bottom. Now you could, you know, really make this pretty fancy if you wanted to. But I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna make it cute and fun. So there's the bottom layer. We've got our middle layer. I think we'll do Clear Skies in the middle. I wanted a third shade of blue, so I brought in this Memento Summer Sky. Hopefully this ink pad is still okay. I haven't used it in a long time. I'm going to stamp that again because that's even lighter shade than I thought. No. There we go. Nice blue cake for my friend Chuck. Now to do your candles, you've got 2 pieces for your candles. So you've got the bigger part of the flame and then the smaller part that goes over. So for the bigger part, we're going to use Shooting Star. Look how cute. And look at all the little spots around it. It's like the flame. And then you take the smaller one. And I'm going to do Guppy. Now when we, the class I took that we got the stamp set in, she used red in the centers, but I'm going to use orange because I prefer the orange over the red. And look how cute. Okay, now we're going to bring our stencil back in. Put a little piece of tape behind there. Tape this stencil into place. And let's go in with a little shooting star. We're just going to ink a little bit right around this. And I didn't clean this stencil off, so however this stuff decides to mix together is a-okay with me. And then some guppy. And I think I'm just going to use the orange and the yellow around this. Then we'll peel this off, and look how cool that is. I just think that is the neatest way to make a little focal point. And it's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I just took the leftover ink on that stamp because I hadn't cleaned it yet. I'm gonna make a very quick, very dirty little mask for this cake because I want to splatter some gold spray over it. I'm not worried about this being perfect. I just want to make, you know, preserve at least the main part of the image. And this is one of those sticky notes that's sticky all the way down. I love these things. I'll put that over top. I'm going to use a little bit of Harvest Moon. Just a little. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to bring my card back. You know how I feel, no naked insides. So I'm going to take this stencil and these brushes, and just with what's left on it and on the brushes, do a little bit of the stencil inside. Doesn't need to be a lot. I got to write Chuck a note in here. There we go. Just so it's not plain. No naked inside. Now the sentiment, I'm going to stamp right on that panel. I'm going to stamp in the wild, so pray. I'm just going to stamp it right down here at the bottom. Awesome sauce. Now I'm going to bring back an old school trick here. I'm going to take my black ink pad. I'm going to edge this panel. Anybody done this in a while? Now you want to take your ink pad and just very ever so slightly lean it inward toward your panel. Otherwise you're not really going to see any of that. I'm not going for the messy inking. I just want a little bit of black to show up there. There we go. And then I'm going to add this to the card front with foam. I cut a piece of fun foam to 3 by 4.5. We're just going to put this right on this card back or card panel. And I'm going to use a little of the ATG. You could use whatever you like. Bear glue. Usually I use bear glue with the fun foam. But I got lazy and I didn't get it out. So we're going to use the big kahuna. All right, then let's just add this right on this card front. Centered-ish, as I like to say. And the last thing I'm going to do is stickles in those candle flames. This color is Orange Slice, and I'm going to do it right in the little centers there. Move it up. There we go. Putting that black ink around there just makes that panel pop up a little more. That's an old trick. We used to do that all the time, and I don't see anybody do that anymore. Alrighty, so here's my finished card. We used a stamp set from Rubbernecker. We used inks from Ranger and a little distressed mica stain and stickles from Ranger. Oh, and an old stencil from the Crafters Workshop. Y'all have a lovely day. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.